are using a kitchen. However, they have decided to elect to allow the 8-ball to count on the break. So they are going to do a winter break format, so it looks like we have potential to see some packs today. I'm going to go ahead and share all this stuff very quickly throughout Facebook land. You can join us right here on G1 TV's Facebook page, G1 TV, Billiards in Action for all levels. And then you can, if you would, please go ahead and like it so we know that you're with us, and then do us a huge favor of sharing it so we can grow and try to get some more positivity going on in the pool world here. So let's change this to my personal so I can share it. Alright, so what's going to happen here is I'm going to finish sharing this, and then I'm going to take a real quick trip outside and talk with the fellas in today's action matchup, and then we're just going to go from there. So if you just bear with me, we're going to be going here in about probably under 2 minutes. So everything shared. Appreciate everybody joining us on this beautiful Saturday afternoon for some action, and I'll be right back. Going to go talk to the guys. I'll be right back in here to call some action. All right, folks, here we go. Tony's going to start off the break. Tony comes to us from Farmer City. He is the owner of Breakers Bar and Grill in Clinton, Illinois. I would consider that place my actual home bar, other than the Stumble Inn and Godly, of course. Years ago, Tony took a chance on me. I was working for a VNEA promotion in Bloomington at the time, and it was called Hartley Amusements. And I was hired there to try to increase the billiards capacity in their programs, run some pool leagues and things like that. And at the time, the only thing that Tony ran in Clinton was team tournaments. Teams of 4. And he had... he had decent turnouts. He had 12 teams or so, there's 48 players that are in the building, but he'd never really experienced the singles aspect before. So I pleaded with Tony, and I was like, hey man, let me run a singles tournament in here, and he was against it. And at the time I had kind of a overwatcher, kind of a boss, and he made the comment to Tony that that's what they hired me to do, and that's what my expertise was talking with the billiard community. And he said, well, I don't know, man. And I said, here, just, give me this one chance. I said, let me run one tournament. And I said, if I don't get the players that you want, I said, you're normally averaging 40 to 48 players in your team tournaments. I said, let me see if I can get 32, man. I'm like, let's just see. You add $500, which was a standard back then. It still is today. It's a standard ad, and we can just go from there. And he goes, all right, I'm gonna trust you. I was only asking for one time, and that tournament there, I think I wound up with 36 players. It was the first actual tournament that I'd really ever run outside of a little bowling alley in Pontiac. But Tony was so thrilled that he just, got the players in there, and he just quite hadn't experienced that at that level yet. So he came up to me and said, hey man, you can do whatever you want at my place. And he has allowed some of my crazy ideas. He's one of my go-to guys. Tony, I want to run a tournament, and he says, well, you best do it here. You know that. So we've worked very well together in the business world, and the friendship world too. I made a great friend out of it because he's one of the nicest guys I've ever met, and he's loyal to a T. And that's that. Those are the kind of people that you got to look out for in today's world. You got to look out. You got to look out for people who are going to have your back, and you know, make sure that they're going to help you make good decisions. And Tony has been someone that I've looked up to for a number of years now. I've been running tournaments for 10 years, and he was the guy who let me start it. So pretty cool story with Tony. But I don't know too much about Shawn. Shawn's played just in a couple of my tournaments. He wasn't around when I started running events. I think he just told me that I think he was around the community years ago, so I don't know if he quit playing or if he moved away and then moved back. But he's played in a couple of the bar table events that I've played in. I've got him to see him play a little bit. He's an APA 7. He plays pretty good. What up, Stub? How's Florida treating you, dude? So hopefully we get to see some good action today. So I know Tony really well, and I just don't know Shawn very well. So going to be a little difficult to call for Shawn, but I know Tony's game fairly well. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on. Hey Wayne, what's happening? So again, we're using the Aramith Pro balls, Aramith Black Pro balls, I should say, and it looks like Shawn's getting off to kind of a rough start on this table. Things you got to know about this table: this table plays extremely fast, and it plays extremely tight. We keep the air conditioner before matches. When I come in, it's always set at 70, but before matches, we always bring it down to 66 degrees, and we have a fan that's rolling on the outside. That blows that air around kind of like a little wind funnel, and me personally, I think it gets down to probably about 62 degrees in here, I think, so it gets cold. So table plays true, table plays super tight, and it plays super fast. Tony looking like he just needed a couple balls to start off. Tony showed up just about right around 2 o'clock, said he was ready by about 2:06, so it seems like he kind of liked the table pretty fast and was just able to go from there. So Tony, I don't know what Shawn plays on commonly, but I do know Tony is the owner of Breakers Bar and Grill in Clinton, as you can see right there. He's given his place a shout out there, and Tony has, I think it's 10 diamonds, 10 diamond bar tables, a 9-foot diamond, and he takes a whack at the 8 and comes up short, shoots that a little quick. But he's got 10 bar table diamonds, one 9-foot diamond, and I think his other 9-footer maybe is called a Gideon. I don't. I think it starts with a G. It might be a Gabriel. I think it's Gabriel. I think that's what it is. But that table's old. Still plays pretty solid, but I don't know how much play it gets with the diamond next to it. But so Tony's place is a really good place. I can't wait for the pool to get back to normal so we can take a venture up there and play some pool on his diamonds. So we're using the Aramith Black Pro Series balls. So some things that you're going to notice with the balls, you see a pink stripe that's up towards the top middle of your screen. That's the 12 ball, and there is a purple stripe that I believe is right down towards the bottom right hand portion of your screen. All I see is black right now, but that is the 13 ball. So some colors have changed. The 4 ball is now pink, and the 5 ball is now purple. So you're going to hear me calling a couple different shots, so if you kind of get confused, that's why, and just so you know, sometimes I get confused too. I'm still used to the old sets of balls myself, so now that all that's kind of done, introductions are done, we can kind of get to the focus today, which is a race to 15, playing 8 ball. I believe they settled for a friendly wager of $150. I don't know for sure. We had a couple guys last night who were supposed to be playing for 100 that wound up playing for 250. So I think it just money talks sometimes. So it just depends on what they finally settled on. But they got a little sweat pet going on. Get some action on G1 TV. Get playing and places that they don't normally have the opportunity to play. So let's see what Shawn motions to do here. Looks like he motions to try to break out the clusters up there with some high English. He's got to put a little bit of inside on this ball, so inside English is always towards the object ball. So he looks like he's electing to potentially play a safety. I don't think any of these balls go, so we'll see what. Yep, that's a good shot. Good save. Pushes the 15 out in front of the 8 ball. So Tony has to fight for a kick in the first shot. I'm going to take some time after this to run over to Jay's Garage Facebook page. That's where we normally have our Facebook discussions. So I'll head over there after this game, and it's a good hit by Tony. We just got to see if the 8 ball kind of jumped in front of the 11. I'm not sure if it did or not, and I think we're probably going to find out because if I was him, I would probably shoot it first. Gives me the best opportunity to shoot the 12 ball next. So if he doesn't shoot the 11, I'm going to probably have to say that the 8 ball kind of stuck itself in front of it. So we'll see what happens. So he's not electing to shoot the 11. It looks like he's looking to clip the 15 ball and maybe try to put the cue ball behind them, but that's going to be awfully hard at that angle. English has to take over. Strong shot by Shawn. So Shawn looks to be a pretty fair player. He seems to know how to control the cue ball pretty well. So this might be a pretty fair matchup here today on G1 TV. So as we go across time, just I can't say it enough that I don't mean to be disrespectful to Shawn in any way, but I just don't know Shawn, so I'm gonna have to figure his game out on the fly. Tony I've known for a long time. I know how well Tony plays. He's a fair player. So if you like what you see, let us know. Click the like button. And if you do like what you see, that probably means that you wouldn't mind letting other people watch it. So after you click the like button, if you just click the share button for us, I'd thoroughly appreciate that. The more shares we get, the more likes we get, and we're able to do things. So what cues are they using? That is a super good question. I think Tony is using a Durbin custom cue. I think he used to. I don't know if he does anymore. He called Shawn to watch this shot. He's going to kick 2 rails. If you click, Wayne, if you're watching this blown up on your computer, that's a pretty good hit by Tony. If you click the see more button there, I've got the rules all laid out for you, brother. So you just have to go to there, so you'll be able to see what they're playing. 8 ball winner break, ACS, 8 on the break is a win. ACS is the American Cue Sport Alliance if you don't play any ACS around your area. It is similar to the BCA, except the ACS still uses the standard rule of the kitchen. The BCA does not use a kitchen anymore. It's ball in hand anywhere on the table. So Shawn rattles the 10 and gives Tony a good look to win the first game. I would have shot the 15 ball personally. I don't like where the 11's at, and where Shawn is right now. If he would have made it, he still would have kind of been in a weird spot. So I'd have shot the 15 and tried to eliminate the 11 ball as quick as I could. So let's see. They are doing winner break, but it actually looks like they are allowing the opponents to rack for each other, which is the second time that we've had that here on G1 TV. Really quick, just so you guys know, I'm going to be leaving the G1 page here, and I'm going to be moving to the Jay's Garage Facebook page because more people normally watch it from there. So just so you know, if you post something on the G1 page for conversation, I'm not going to be there. I am going to be inside Jay's Garage Facebook page. So if you just want to go there. Just a disclaimer, I hang around with some goofy guys. That's all I need to say about that. You guys don't need to see what just happened, but I hang around with some goofy dudes. Um, okay, cool. So this is super good. Since it's shared through G1 TV, I can still go to Jay's Garage and I can still see the same comments, so that's good. So here we go with rack number 2. Tony gets on the board first. And he snaps the 8 on the break. They are counting the 8 on the break. ACS Rules normally doesn't allow for the 8 on the break to count, but they did both agree to count it. So they both players do live a ways away. Shawn lives about an hour and 35 minutes from here, and Tony lives about an hour and 20. So actually, you know what? Tony lives further away because he lives in Farmer City. Clinton's about an hour and 20, but Farmer City is south of Bloomington. So he's probably coming close to an hour and a half, I think, to get here as well. So they're about the same amount. Got some good action, though, going on. Hey, Todd, what's up, brother? He scratches on the break, so that means remember, they are using a kitchen. So he has to keep it behind the second diamond on the right-hand portion of your screen. God, I haven't played a set where the 8-ball counts on the break in a long time. That's just nowadays an 8-ball is just almost a killer more than anything because so many tournaments, so many leagues don't even allow it to happen. I mean, I think the only league I know of that even counts it's the APA. I mean, there's so many other leagues out there now that just don't count the 8 on the break anymore. 9-ball, it's more part of the game, but it's just more part of the game. But I mean, as 8-balls evolved, it used to be a huge part of the game in 8-ball too. But I don't know if anybody knows a lot about the rack and 9-ball. It's easier to make the 9 on the break than it is the 8-ball. One, there's less balls, but two, if you know enough about the rack to start manipulating the balls behind the 9-ball, you can get it to squirt out more and things of that nature. But we try our best not to do that. Hopefully, the 21 viewers that are on here right now are respectable players and they don't try to rig racks and things like that. So Shawn's looking to get his first run out here. He's got 3 balls left, I believe, unless I'm missing something. But I think he's got the 11. I would stop it right there, probably as close as I could, because it would allow me just to stun the cue ball off the rail at the 10 ball. And worst case scenario, bump into the 6. So by doing this tells me that the 14 goes by the 1. I mean, I would imagine it goes by the 1 because he can't really do a whole lot. Maybe it doesn't. Now he's going to get into a little bit of trouble. He's going to have to draw off the 1 ball. And if it's me, I'm trying to shoot the 8 ball now in the bottom right-hand corner. I have a much smaller window to get to. I don't want that 1 ball to pop out in front of the 8. So, yeah, okay, yeah, it wasn't bad. I get scared with that kind of stuff. If the 1 ball pops out, Tony's a strong player. Tony's going to run the rack. So, I mean, I love playing Tony. We exchange racks back and forth. He's a good player. It's just one of those matches where you see, whoever makes it a mistake first, normally loses. So, well, scratch on the break costs Tony a game to get to 2-1. Now Shawn is going to break. Maybe Shawn will bust in the 8 ball here. I don't know. That'd be crazy. Hey, we got to thank Caleb Baxter of Baxter's Locksmith and Security Solutions, your one-stop security shop for anything locksmithing and security. He has a 24-hour service, and he's stationed right here in Pontiac. So if you have anything with your locksmithing needs or security needs, give Caleb a call at 815-822-5653. Oh, unless if I missed something, I think we've just seen the first G1 break of the afternoon. Yeah, I'm getting thumbs down from my comrades in here, so now I know it was dry. This table is fairly hard to make a ball on the break. I will say, yeah, I call it the demon table. It's it's just weird. It just seems like it's a never-ending change. Um, I just feel the longer that you play on it, it just changes around you. It never really settles into one type of play. It starts doing things, and Tony scratches again. This time, giving Shawn ball in hand. Huh? Yeah, he did. He hit it with his cue. He stopped it with his cue stick. No, he could. I don't think he could see it. Tony's back was to him on the camera. I could see it from right here that he put his.
Yeah, I was able to see it. I didn't see it. I was able to. Well.
Tell you what, if you guys have never watched the Three Stooges, all you got to do is just look in our booth. So Shawn's looking to bust the 15-14 out. Misses the shot. I have a feeling that that's not Shawn-like, just from the shots that he had been shooting. So I think that's a shot that he normally makes. But Tony's going to come back up to the table. He's got a little issue with the 7 and a 3 ball that's in there. But if he shoots on this table enough, I say that a bunch of high left. He's got a chance to break out the 7 and the 3, I think, if he forces it with high left. It's got to be a good smooth stroke, about as high as you can get, probably with half a tip of left maybe, and that would send you about into the 10 ball, and that's going to push the 7 and the 3 out and away from the rack. Tony is electing, I think to play the 5 ball, the purple 5 ball. Everybody thinks the 4 ball's purple. I'm just getting used to finally calling the 5 ball purple. But Tony's got a big decision he needs to make. He still might be able to even break these out. He might be able to go high through the rails here and run into the 7 and the 3 right now. I don't know what his full plan to do is here. It looks like he's aiming low on the cue ball. So maybe he sees something I don't. He scratches again. So that was an interesting shot for Tony. He tried to force the 12 ball into the 13 ball to push a solid out. So that's a very good observation, good 8 ball observation. That's a good push off the rail for Shawn. Unfortunately, he put it in front of the 9. So he's still got some work to do. He's going to have to come around for the 14 ball now because it doesn't really have a pocket to go to. I would imagine he's going to get on the 9 and come around a couple rails to play the 14 ball. Hey, Andy, we are in Pontiac, Illinois. I can't remember where you're from, but I feel like you're down by St. Louis, maybe Effingham or something around that area. I don't remember. I haven't seen you in a long time. Um, but we're a little ways. I can't remember how long it takes you to get to Clinton, but that's where I would see you most of the time would be at Breakers, and it takes about an hour and 20 minutes to get here from Breakers. So Shawn plays safe, super smart shot, forces Tony to definitely kick at something. I'm only kicking at the 3 ball. I'm not going to try to clip the 7 because if you clip the 7, it busts everything out for him. So you got to make him commit to breaking it out of there. Good hit. Oh, look at this. Oh, what a shot. Yeah, how far is Springfield? 2 hours from here?
Springfield?
Yeah.
How
Out.
far is Bloomington?
It's about 35 minutes probably.
So it's about an hour and 15 minutes.
About an hour and 15 minutes. Yeah, so you're looking right at about depending on traffic, Andy, you're looking at about 2 hour trip to get here. Another good shot by Shawn, making Tony kick at it again. This one's a little tougher. This one you're looking more of a 2-rail kick to the bottom left-hand rail with some spin to try to come in behind the 3. I'm not sure if he can hit it with 1 rail or not. Angle doesn't help us out a whole lot here. In the meantime, if you want something else to watch, I normally don't do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. If you want to sweat some other action right now, we currently have Peoria's Anthony Garcia, who is in. He goes for the Z shot, I think, to try to make contact with a 3. We have Peoria's Anthony Garcia, originally from Iowa, in Clinton, Iowa, right now, playing Matt Van Kampen, and they are shooting 8-ball. They're playing a race to 50 for 5,000. So if you go to TNT Tournaments Facebook page, if you would go to YouTube and type in TNT Tournaments, that would pop up, and you'd hear Greg and Larry LaFarve commentating that matchup between Anthony Garcia and Matt Van Kampen. So if you're looking for some other action to sweat, you can head on over there too. Greg helped a lot with setting up the stream that you see. He helped me learn the program. The camera is thanks to Caleb, but the program itself, what it looks like and how I developed it, was a big thanks to Greg of TNT Tournaments. So head on over there and sweat the action. Just let him know I sent you, so I'm giving him a shout out. Just say, hey, Eric from G1 TV sent us over here to catch your stream. So I would appreciate that, so he knows I've got his back. Looks like Shawn's looking to high English the stripes out of the cluster there. That is the 10 ball, the purple 13 ball, and the pink 12 ball. Let's see if he hits it good. Hits him pretty good, leaves the 13 in the corner pocket, and it looks like Shawn has the potential to tie this matchup up at 2 games apiece. Could have stunned it a little more, I think. I like to be straight in on this personally, but he can stun the cue ball over to the 9, go get the 9. That's why I like to be straight in on it. I don't like to draw, but I would rather be straight in on that ball and draw it straight back to the rail and out for the 9 than stun the cue ball. Stunning a ball just kind of moves the object ball a little weird. So, a rattle by Shawn. Looks like it's going to cost him this game to go down 3-1. Tony left himself pretty long there. I'm actually kind of surprised he did that. But it's a bar table, so there's not really such a thing as a long shot on a bar table. Tony fires in the 8-ball to go up 3-1. Oh, Wrong one. There we go. So as Shawn is racking, we're going to go ahead and talk about next week's feature matchup. Super excited to talk about this. Peoria's Hurricane Abram Shade is going to make the travel up to the garage on G1 TV to take on the returning Dustin Wilgus. Dustin has been on about a 3-year hiatus from the game. He has been practicing. I do know he shot a practice match with Shawn Dow a couple weeks ago, and Shawn said that you could tell that he was rusty, but he was showing signs of being an absolute monster. So we can definitely look forward to that next week on G1 TV. Super excited about that matchup. I hope you tune in with us on that and sweat the action there, because that's going to be a good matchup. So Tony, I believe, dropped the 10 ball. No, I lied. 10 ball's right there. I'm pretty sure it was a stripe though. 2, 3, 4, 5. So it was a stripe. Which one was it? Must have been the 13 ball. So we have the purple 13 ball. So he's starting with stripes. If I was going to start with stripes, I think I'd have started with the 9 ball. It looked like he could make the 9 ball from there. I don't know if the 9 goes by the 10. Our camera angle isn't the greatest for that shot, so I guess we're just going to wait for him to fire at it and see what happens. Tony jacking up a little bit. Yep. Goes into it, and well, the 9 ball goes, but he just robbed himself of the 10 ball in the process. So let's see what he's going to go for here. I'm not entirely sure. He goes for the drawback, pushes. Wow, that's a good shot, Tone. So even though that the 10 ball's still in a precarious position, it's in a much better position than where it was. Tony has given himself a chance to run into the 10 ball again, and even actually, you know what? Looking from here in the booth, I think the 10 ball goes by the 2. So he's got a potential to, I believe, run the rack. If it doesn't go, I think it definitely goes behind the 2 ball, off the rail, off of the 2. So he's got. I think he's got a chance to do it. Can't quite tell. We're not in a spectator chair, so I don't have that high angle right up there. That we have a couple people in attendance today. So I think he's kind of making a decision now as to how he wants to go about this. You can snap it with inside English to hold it for the 10. Tony looks like he's going to try to bank the 15. Did he get it? Nope. He made the 2 in the process. That wasn't a bad shot, because if he hits the 15 right, it does the same thing. It's a better angle to bounce off the rail and bounce off the 2 ball, push the 2 ball out, and he's pretty solid on the 10 ball in the corner pocket there, and the 8 in the side. So him banking that ball tells me that the 10 probably didn't go by the 2 at that angle. So we're looking at Shawn trying to run some balls here to get a game back. Score should be 2-2 right now. Shawn rattled a ball. He pushes the 7 ball in a precarious situation. Chooses to go for the 4. Look out, Rattle City. Yep. That's why I said the rattle, because when you're focused on really putting the cue ball in a tight spot, and the mental part of pool too, you got to understand that when you're going for a breakout like that, looking where Tony's balls are, there's a chance you're going to leave Tony a shot if you miss it. It goes back to positive thinking, If I miss this shot, I'm going to wind up leaving him a shot, and then you shoot the ball straight into the rail and you wind up leaving him a shot. Instead of saying, all right, this is what I need to do, this is how I need to do it, and just execute, focusing on what you need to do. It's a different mindset. So, but Tony was left rough. He does have a combination there, but it's stupid thin. You have to hit about a 16th of the 15 ball with the 10 to make it. That's exactly right. Where's the 10 ball going? You do realize that you can put those on, right? You're asking some good questions. Just make sure you plug them in there. Student of mine, Eric Evans, looks like he's going to join us for some commentary action. He's asking some good questions, so let's see if Tony can do it. Yep, he had to hit like a 16th of that ball to make the combination. So, and then the 10 ball was still going to go crazy. You had no idea where it was going. So, Eric, with that headset, you might just have to speak a little louder than you normally would, because the microphone on it doesn't work. You're going to need to take your headset. You're going to need to put it around your neck. The speakers in the headset are what you're going to talk through. So
speakers.
Yep. So yep.
Can you hear me?
Yep. Yeah, they can. I'm sure they can
All
hear
right.
you just fine. Yep. Justin, I'm not completely sure. They were talking about playing for 150. I don't know if that's what they settled on. So what a scratch, bummer. I don't know if that's what they settled on, but I think that's what they're playing for. Race to 15, sort of friendly, but it's something that neither player want to lose. So now Tony does have an out sitting here in front of him. He's going to play the 15 and come down towards the bottom part of the rail and shoot the 10 in the side. Rolls too far. So now he's going to go a couple rails, force to the top left rail and then to the left rail, and then probably out and around, I would think. Just like that. Good bounce to get to the 8 in the corner. Tony's hitting the ball pretty well. Shawn has missed some shots, but Tony is hitting the ball pretty well, so Shawn needs to be careful or Tony is going to kind of break free there. So they agreed to take a break every 5 games. That way they could use the restroom, get drinks or anything like that. So we're going to take the time and we're going to go over some matches. So coming up on June 20th, we have a feature matchup between Joey Dyer from Ottawa is coming to take on Josh Donaldson from Peoria. So we're going to be able to sweat that action right here on G1 TV. It's going to be a race to 25 playing 10 ball. And that is winter break. We're starting to see a lot of winter break matchups coming up. So those are always exciting because you have the opportunity to see packs ran and all kinds of things like that. So that'll be a nice long set to 25. We'll start at 1:30 with that. Moving forward to the 27th, another stellar matchup between Creve Coeur's Josh Franklin and Kankakee Bradley Bourbonnais. I think he actually lives in Bradley. The K3 area is what they call it. That's Ryan Ponton playing a June 27th starting at 3 p.m. This is another super good match that I'm very proud that I could work with these guys to put together and get some good pool in the house. Both master players, they're going to play a race to 11, but they're going to play the best 2 out of 3 sets. So we are guaranteed 2 sets regardless to 11 of traditional 9 ball with the 3 foul, that is. They are going to do alternate break, and they're not going to count the 9 on the break. So those are the matches that we got coming up on G1 TV. So as Shawn's looking to set the break here for Tony Rack by the score of 4-1, we're going to take a second. We're going to talk about Marson's Home Improvements. Jeremy Marson owns that company. He is a carpenter right here in Pontiac, Illinois. He's done a lot of work in Jay's garage. So the air conditioner was put in by him. We got a brand new door. He helped us with the booth a little bit. So huge shout out to him. So he's a great carpenter. He stands by his work, and he doesn't half-ass anything. He goes at it full force. And the best part, what we always look for, the major one, he's reasonable. He is not someone that is going to definitely overprice you or anything like that. So if you need any home improvements of that nature, give Jeremy Marson a call at 815-822-7517. So I am going to take a quick break and go do some stuff. We'll be right back here in just a couple minutes on G1 TV. All right, welcome back to the action. Eric's with me again, so we finally just we needed Eric Evans in here to finally tell us what the hell was wrong with our other headset. So we're gonna get that fixed so we can actually use the microphone. Drives us nuts. But here Tony goes with breaking rack number 6.
Oh.
Snaps the cue ball off the table and into Jay's garage, the real garage part, into all the stuff. Message Greg over there at TNT Tournaments and ask him a question. So Shawn decided to take stripes. We need to get the curtain closed over there on the windows. That'll add doesn't really affect the table, but it will affect how they shoot. Shawn's run himself into a bit of trouble. Uh-oh. Dan, you came one time and now you're addicted again. You haven't played pool in years, and you show back up and you play one set and you're addicted again. That's not good, dude. Pool's a problem. Pool's an addicting sport.
It's a good addiction, though.
I think it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Shawn's looking, I would imagine, just to try and get a hit, but got to be looking to kick at the 11 ball, I would think. That's about the only real ball he could kick at. Might be able to have a slight masse into the 14. That is not the 8 ball that's up there by the 14. That is the 10 ball, just so you all know.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, he could hit that ball, all right. But he leaves Tony pretty well another wide open rack here. So Tony's just going to leave the 5 on the side. And the 5 on the side is going to be the ball that is going to most likely be sent into that triple combination there to break those balls out. So he gets to the rail, which is something that I don't think he wanted to do. He still wants to commit to the 7, but he is kind of in a bad spot. What up, Brian? I'm joined in here today with Eric Evans. Jay is on the outside talking with some friends. Eric decided to sit in with me. So Tony goes after the 3 for the breakout and misses it, but still leaves the 8 tied up. Leaves Shawn with some work to do.
Hey, Brian. It's Eric and Eric.
Like I haven't heard that one before. So Shawn elects to play a type of safety. Take the pocket away from the 7 ball. So now Tony has some work to do. Tony is still capable of getting out of the rack. He's looking right now at placing the 6 off of the 3 into the side. Oh yeah, Brian, I haven't heard that one either. Good shot. Breaks out the 2 and locks up the 3.
Oh, man. No good shot goes unpunished.
Gotta give Tony's Bar Breakers another shout out, because I've been to a lot of pool rooms in the Illinois area, central Illinois, throughout the state, over to Iowa. I've been in bars in Indiana, pool places and things like that, and Tony has one of the nicer establishments that I've been in. He takes really good care of the tables. He's a pool player at heart, so looking to play the combination, and I think he's trying to look to send the cue ball into the 7.
Yeah, and Breakers has got some pretty good food also.
Oh yeah, Breaker's got a lot of good food.
Yeah, really good food.
The problem you got to worry about with shooting the combo, he's got to hit it so square to while the 1 ball stays in the pocket. If the 1 ball goes to the right side, he's in trouble. Oh, he misses the purple 5 ball. But Shawn's not out of jail yet. He's still got a tied up 8 ball, and kind of difficult to get to, so it's still advantage Tony. I'm locking up the 1 ball here and putting the cue ball behind the 14. This is something that you don't want to do. Nope. I don't think I like doing that with a combination. It depends on how well I'm playing. If I'm in run rack mode, I might do it, but I don't like it. But Shawn says, I don't care what you like. It's about what I like.
Yeah, he's going to do it.
Yeah, he's going to. I would come through the rails here and try to get on the 10. I don't think I'd try to come back past the 1. Yeah, like this shot here, he's kind of weird. It's a slow roller. I just don't like to be on a rail. Personally, I try to find ways to get off of it.
Right.
This shot is missable. Yep. And it's squirrelable.
Oh.
Look out, 5-ball.
Oh.
That's why I don't like to be on a rail. I have way more control off of the rail than I do on it.
Yep.
I've seen a lot of people not afraid to shoot a rail shot, but I've never come across a person who likes being on a rail.
I'd much rather not.
Yeah. So let's see, is Shawn maybe looking to try to just curve around the 5-ball? It's possible. And if he hits the backside of the 3, now I think he's jacking up too far. I don't think he needs to jack up that far. Me personally, but I don't know his cue stick.
Oh.
Oh, his cue, yeah. He needed to jack up more. The spin didn't take it all. Just sat there and spun. You know who Shawn reminds me of? Dougie in about 10 years.
Could be.
Look at him.
Yeah.
That's Doug Williams in about 10 years.
I can see that.
Say what?
But taller than me.
Yeah, Dougie's got that build. He might just be, what, 3 inches taller maybe?
Yeah.
Tony makes a nice shot to get on the 1. He's looking probably at the 5 in the top side. And depending on where he goes here, he's either going to stop it and play the 2 in the corner, or he's going to float forward and he's going to play the 2 in the bottom side pocket. This is a shot. He's going to go for the
taking
2
a
first.
2.
Even better. Minimal cue ball movement.
Oh.
He rattles it. Minimal cue ball movement, but
Rule number 1.
no, that's right. G1's rule number 1. Make the ball. But honestly, it's just for me. I don't know. People say I play 8-ball really weird. They say I'm good at it, but I play it really weird. Like I float the 4 because the shot itself leading to another shot I think's easier.
Yep.
Me personally. I play 8-ball in percentages, so I think to myself, what's the percentage that I can get from point A to point B? And like with that shot there, I don't like to stun the ball. I've already told you guys that because I think it kind of twists the ball a little bit, and Shawn comes up a little short. Yep. These banks play short, about half a diamond short actually. The table does when it's crisp and cold in here. So Tony looking to go 5-1. But yeah, I definitely would have floated the 5-ball, shot the 2 on the other side. Without a doubt, I know me. I definitely would have done that. I just don't like to stun the ball.
Well, you would have had more options with the 2-ball out in the middle of the table.
Yeah, that's true, but also with the 2-ball in the middle of the table, some players don't like that option. What if you get weird? If you get in between pockets. Tony
yeah, that's
didn't,
true.
Tony didn't have to. He didn't have to get in between a pocket. If he shoots the 2 in the corner, well, the 5-ball's sitting right there.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to get in between a pocket. So it's just player preference.
No options. It's going in the side.
So Tony goes up another game, leading Shawn 5-1. Shawn's win ratio to run out ratio is 100%. The only game that he has won, he ran out.
Yeah. Yep.
And I think Tony, in his 5-game wins, I believe he's only run out 1 rack as well. See, I hang out with a lot of these. I've seen him dry break in 5 years.
I know. I feel it. I just feel it sitting here. Oh.
Shawn misses another shot. I think he's getting very displeased with himself. I don't want to say frustrated, because he doesn't look frustrated, but he just doesn't look happy either. He's missed a couple shots that I feel he feels he makes. Brandon, Dustin, what's up? Tony floats the 2 in the side, trying to leave for the 5 ball, the purple 5 ball, but I told them both before this matchup started that this table plays tight and this table plays fast.
Yep.
So you got to be really careful with floating balls, because if you don't hit it good, the ball is going to roll and roll and roll.
Yeah, they roll for days.
Yep. Tony's looking, I think, to come through the 8, the 14, and the 13 gap in there. I think he was trying to get to the 7 ball. Tony looking to play a safety. In the process, gets an unlucky hit to open up Shawn's pink stripe 12 ball. Is he looking to snap draw into the 9? Yep, trying to push the 9 out of there, but I don't know if the 9 goes in the I don't know if the 9 goes in the side or not.
I don't know.
I appreciate you, Mr. Zimmerman, greatly. Great shot in the side pocket.
Nice.
Yeah, he floats it in there.
shot.
That's a super good shot. But now, yeah, the one ball stuck itself out in front of the 11. So let's see what Shawn elects to do. I mean, I don't think you can make it through it with that shot. So he calls the 11 cross corner. I actually think I'm elected to play the 13 ball in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, because I think the cue ball goes into the 14 and the 15 if you shoot it. So that's from here. I can't tell from there if he could even see that ball, but from here it looked like he could. So unfortunately, Shawn had put himself in another position there to where Tony's got a wide open set of balls here. I would look to try to get rid of the 4 ball as quick as possible. I'm putting high right on the 7 ball and going to get the 4 ball right now. So let's see what Tony does. Tony chooses the 6. I actually would have went 7. I would have shot the 7 ball and I'd gone the 4 ball, and then I would have done the 1, 3, 6 and the 8.
Yeah.
But again, that's just me. So Tony's floating the ball pretty nicely. Now would be a chance to go for the 4 ball. To float up and go get it, since the 1 ball is committed to the side pocket. Plays a good shot off the 13. So this is just this is one of those stop/stun shots. You just got to try to hit it pretty good. He's floating everything today, which is perfectly fine. He's still going to get to wherever he needs to be. Now he's got a couple options for this. I'm actually just going to kind of float it with a touch of inside spin, and I'm going to come off the bottom left-hand rail to the left-hand rail, but then I'm going to try to leave myself straight in for the 8 ball in the top right-hand portion of the screen. So I definitely don't like to move the 8 ball or the cue ball a whole lot. So that's just what I do, send it to the rail with a minimal movement. So let's see what Tony opts to do. He chooses 1 rail to get to the same position. I just like to hit it a little harder. I'm afraid I'm not going to get there if I don't hit it hard enough. So I like to play an extra rail every once in a while. So, but Tony makes it no problem. Gets another game. And at this point, if I'm Shawn, I'm starting to talk to myself a little bit because Tony is running balls, but he's running balls off of the opportunities that Shawn is giving Tony. So, I mean, Tony has missed, he's won 6 games, and I think he's missed in 5 of them. So, I mean, he's given Shawn opportunity. So let's see if Shawn can find his stroker. This might be a quick race to 15, and I might be going disc golfing. Rack number 8. Oh, you can tell who Tony hangs around with. Dry break. I don't think I saw a ball fall.
No, he made one.
Did he?
Yeah, he made one.
Okay. Even better.
Yep, he made one.
Say I haven't seen Tony in 3 months, and I could tell he hangs around me more than he needs to be.
Yeah. He's a 3 ball, I believe.
Depending on this shot, I like Tony's chances of getting out of the rack. It's this shot that's going to be good. Yep. Yeah, Bobby, disc golf's my other hobby. This shot here, I'm going to shoot the 2 ball right now. Minimal cue ball movement. Sends me to the 7. It avoids trouble. Bobby, we actually have one right here in Pontiac. Tony's looking to float the purple 5 ball. Coming across the table nicely to go. Stop it, point. Don't point hook him. Uh-oh.
Looks like he hooked himself there.
It might be a little cold in here today.
Yep. Yep.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
He's shaking his head out there. He's not happy. It's a little cold out there.
Yeah.
Tony hooks himself here, so in the process, Shawn's got to be thinking to himself, what am I going to do here? And the first shot that Shawn needs to shoot, if he does get ball in hand, has to be the 14 ball. The 14 ball is his problem ball. It's the hardest window to get into, with one of the harder shots of having the cue ball come across the table. So if he gets ball in hand, he can set it just underneath the 14 ball and float to the middle of the table to where he has the 11, the pink 12. I'm thinking the 15 probably goes too. I don't know if the 13 does, but let's see if he even gets the opportunity at ball in hand. He doesn't. But he does have a good starter ball. He's still got potential to get out of the rack. Just the 14 ball's a little tricky. It's just one of those more difficult shots. Very makeable, just awkward. As a matter of fact, depending on his angle, this could be this 14 ball could be the next ball that he decides to go for. He could shoot the 9 to the 10, then go to the 14. Oh man, I think I read his mind. He's opting to go after the 14 right now. I would have waited, I think, till I could get a little closer. That's just me.
Oh, no.
He just made the 8 out of turn.
Not good.
Didn't see that coming.
Looks like Shawn's getting a little frustrated.
Bobby, actually, I haven't, man. Like, it's just a hobby. I am not super good at it, but I love to do it. I don't. We haven't traveled really much outside of Pontiac. When I go to, I have my best friend lives in Colorado, and that's what we do. We disc golf when we go out there. So I've been to a bunch of courses out in Colorado, in the Longmont area. I've been to Denver, Loveland, into Fort Collins. Been up into the mountains playing disc golf. That's a pretty fun time, going up in the mountains and playing. But I haven't really traveled too much around here. We go to Bloomington. That's about it. We'll venture to Bloomington. Haven't been to Decatur to play though. I haven't been to Peoria to play. What's up, Tim? So I called the dry break one game too soon.
Yep. Nice G1 break right there.
Yep. So we're looking at Shawn liking stripes, I think. Nope.
Oh,
okay.
no.
I originally thought it was solids, but I'm like, man, that 9 ball's pretty crisp right there. He could be shooting solids, but he elects to take solids.
Yeah, but
which,
now what?
Truth be told, I actually think are the harder ones.
Yep.
The 11 goes by the 1. The 10 goes by the 1. If you're looking to play
taking a combo?
Yeah, I think he just called the combination. Yeah,
Nice.
makes the combination, ties up the 3 ball in the process of it, though. So that's another, what do they call that professionally? An unforced error.
Yeah.
It's another unforced error.
A little too much horsepower.
Yep. An unforced error is when the player commits an error that is not forced by the opponent, meaning that the opponent didn't play safe or anything like that. What up, Mark? What's up, Griggsy? Joe, Ray, Aaron, what's up? Oh, how'd that turn out? I can't tell if he can make the 5 in the corner or not.
I don't think it goes.
Shawn's looking intently. I know sometimes when I look like that, I'm actually trying to use the force.
Yeah.
Just to move the ball away a
right.
little bit. But,
how's that work for you?
Damn them Hollywood people. They make that force look a lot easier than what it really is.
Right. I try to use the Schwartz.
The Schwartz, huh? Use the Schwartz. That was one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
I seem to have better luck with the Schwartz than the Force.
So Shawn again with, I would say, another unforced error. So I'm not, like I said, I just don't know Shawn too well, but he just don't seem to have found the flow here on what I call the demon table in Jay's garage. This thing straight up, folks, it's just a pain in the ass to play on, honestly. They can. Tony looking, calls the 9 in the side. This would be an interesting shot if he could hit the 5 ball good. He floats it in there, good shot. If he wanted to get really rambunctious, he could have tried to send the 5 ball into the 14. That's what I meant by hitting the 5 good. He could have gotten rambunctious and tried to go after the breakout right away, but when you do that, you give yourself a huge chance of obviously missing the shot. And rule number 1.
Rule number 1, make the ball.
So Tony's got to get just under the 11 ball to where he can send the cue ball into the 14. So he's got a chance to do it with the 10 right now. He's got a force follow, so he's got to be as high up on the cue ball as he possibly can, and he would have to snap that sucker to have a chance to go up there. Smooth shot on the 12, the pink 12 up the rail, but he's still kind of iffy, and the shot that I was just talking about I don't think is available anymore. But what Tony doesn't know playing on this table, he might try it, he can spin the heck out of this and still get the breakout. He didn't hit it hard enough.
No.
If he would have put as much right hand English on it as possible, probably about a good tip a top. He did have the potential to get that breakout, but Tony elects to play safe, and I believe that may be an unforced error for Tony. I'm pretty sure he let Shawn see the purple 5 ball. So I'm sure Shawn's probably going to call a bank shot across the side pocket, even though he probably doesn't want to. Now another shot here, if he didn't get the bank. I don't know how Shawn's game is, but there is a kick shot here too that could send the 4 ball into the side pocket as well. I don't really see a real good safe. There is a chance to play a safe. Spin the cue ball off the top left rail and have it clip the 5 ball, pushing the 5 towards Tony's stripes and pushing the cue ball back down table. But I don't know. I just don't know Shawn's game enough to know what he's thinking. So let's see what he opts to do. Yeah, I think you can see that. He's going to call that cross side, I think. Yep. Oh. Inside out. Inside out. Ugh. So he leaves Tony a shot, which I believe is going to be in the corner pocket. I can't tell if the 5 ball's gotten in there or not, but the way Tony's cueing, yep, shoots in the corner pocket.
Rattles it.
He rattles the corner pocket, so here's a chance for Shawn. AJ, you should be able to have a CC button on Facebook, bud. I think. I'm pretty sure there's a closed caption button. Let's see here. Yeah, AJ. So if you blow up your screen to where the comments are on the side, if you go to where it'll say HD and it'll be the settings wheel. If you click the settings wheel, it'll say auto-generated captions, and you're going to want to turn that to the off position. That should be able to help you out with that. So hope that helps, but you should be able to turn them off that way. So I missed what Shawn tried to do.
I think he was trying to play safe and make his ball.
Make the ball. Okay, that's what I would have called. Try to put the cue ball behind the 8 and pocket the ball.
That's what he was trying to do, and it did not work.
Come up with a missed shot.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. So Tony feels the spin of the demon.
Yeah. Just slid.
Well, yep. When you're that close to the, when you're in the jaws of the pocket, it's harder to get that much grab.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true or not, but what I've heard the reason for that is that's where the glue on the table is the weakest, because we have to, when we do the pockets, we got to cut the pockets and then we got to put them underneath. So the glue that holds that down really tight is the weakest there. So basically what happens is it revs on the felt. Because it's
so the
easy,
felt moves?
Yep, the felt moves a little bit, so it revs it instead of letting it come back. It almost just grabs it for a second. So
I'll buy that.
I mean, when you think about the physics, that's kind of what it would sound like. You know?
Yeah. I'll buy it. Yeah, I'm going to buy that.
So Shawn's got to play a touch shot. He needs to try to put the 5 ball in between the cue ball and Tony's 14 ball. I think trying to play the cue ball behind the 8 is a little far-fetched at this point. And I think, honestly, if he did try to do that, I think it would be an easier shot for Tony. So this is just a slow roller, about 3/4 ball into the 5. Just so the object ball can come off the rail as full as possible and miss the cue ball. If you shoot straight at it, you're probably going to run into a double kiss. He looks like he's gearing up to play a bank shot.
Yeah, he's called the bottom. Oh.
So Tony, if I'm Tony, I'm coming off the rail with right-hand spin.
Yep.
And then the cue ball is going to come around to the left rail, to the top rail, and then back out towards the middle of the table to plan on shooting the 8-ball in the same pocket. But, I'm not even sure if the 8-ball even blocks Tony. Yeah, it looks like it does. Looks like he's playing the rails. So just a smooth stroke. He doesn't have to hit it really hard. He didn't hit it hard enough.
A little harder than that, though.
Yeah, he's got to hit it harder than that.
We called the bank.
So he calls the bank cross side. Tony's fairly strong at a bank game. He's not afraid to fire him. Puts it in the pocket. To go up 8-1 on Shawn. I tell you what, these guys are playing exceptionally fast. We've only been streaming now for approximately an hour and 10-ish minutes, 5-ish minutes. Not very long, and they've already gone through almost 10 games of pool. So that's they're playing pretty fast, and there's been some safety games too.
Yeah, moving along pretty good.
Yeah, Jacob, you know what's going to happen? I'm going to go play disc golf. That's what's going to happen. And I'm not streaming that because I'm terrible at it. G1 TV is going to stick to pool, not disc golf.
You streaming? I'll be down for the streaming.
There you go.
Tony
Hey, there we go. He made a couple.
We need some time away from. I do, especially the commentary booth. This is kind of my idea. So Jay kind of comes and goes as he pleases, but I'm the one who's in the booth 99.9% of the time, and I need some time away. So this match, I figured if it went hill, it'd get done between 5:30 and 6 o'clock, and then we would be able to go about our Saturday evening. So doesn't look like unless if Shawn steps it up a notch, doesn't look like it's going to quite get to 5:30, 6 o'clock. So I hope Shawn plays a little better. But Tony is playing exceptionally well, despite the rattle that he just had to begin the rack. Tony's playing how Tony knows how, which is always nice. When we get good players to play sometimes and they put a little more pressure on themselves for the camera, because they know they play good and they want to show everybody that they play good, and then they play bad. I've been guilty of it myself. But it's nice to get some players in here who just play nice and smooth. They don't care. They don't care who watches, anything of that. It's always nice. So thanks to everybody who shared our G1 TV edition today. For those of you who haven't, if you're watching, it doesn't take very long. Just like it so we know that you appreciate what we're doing. And then if you could just take the extra second, give some other people a chance to come across it as well. Hit the share button and go ahead and share it to your feed. We'd really appreciate that. Shawn shoots a nice shot into the corner pocket.
Nice.
Shawn's got a potential to get out of this rack now.
Yep.
I think he's going to go. He's looking to go for the 15, but I'm thinking personally he should go for the 10 ball. Go from the 10 and then get the 12 ball out of the way. But you could also draw backwards. He's got a good chance to get underneath the 9. I'm not sure if the 9 goes in the bottom left-hand corner. So, yep, he used it. He's got a good chance to get under the 9 here to complete the rack. So now he's looking at 9, 10, 12 with the 8 ball in the side pocket. So let's see how he gets on it. It's going to come through, it looks like, with high. Yep. Got to go, ball. Got to go. Okay, now you got to stop. Now you got to stop, ball. So you got to do not a really good spot to be in.
Nope.
It's still outable. You just got to stop it or even draw back a little bit. And you just shoot the 12 in the same corner. Yep, just like Shawn did there.
Go.
So now, in my opinion, the 8-ball pocket changes from the side pocket to the top right-hand corner of your screen. So he's just going to float it down rail. Yep, great shot. And then you've got the 8-ball in the corner pocket as long as he takes his time here. Look out for the rattle.
Nice
Good
out.
Yep, so he
Good out.
runs out Tony's. Well, did he run out Tony's dry break? Did Tony shoot? Tony dry broke, didn't he?
No, he made, but then he bobbled the 6 in the corner.
Oh, yep. That's how that happened. So Shawn got into a little bit of stroke there and made Tony pay on Tony's unforced error. So Shawn gets his second game. Something interesting right now about Shawn's win percentages. He's 2 for 2 on table runs.
Yeah.
So any game that Shawn has won, he has not missed a ball.
Yep.
So any other game it seems Tony has gotten, despite opportunities Shawn has had. So let's see if Shawn looking to snap in an 8 ball. Ooh, the 1 ball sticks up there. And what's really unfortunate for Shawn, solids doesn't really have much of a problem. The biggest problem that it has right now is the 7 ball, and I think the 7 ball goes past the 8 in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. So that's just a slow roll up and then just a quick elimination off this combination here, shooting the 6 into the 1. And then you have the 6 in the pocket if you get weird on the 7. So Tony made them both. So he's electing to potentially play the 7 last from what I'm looking at right now.
Yep.
Okay, so here's the 4. He can stun across and get to the 7. Misses the shot. Very un-Tony-like. Shawn, Jeff, other Jeff, Cody, Matt, what's up? Hey, he's real.
He is real.
He's real.
Met him one time.
Yep.
Thought he was a ghost.
I'm not gonna tell that story online. That's,
Okay.
Nope. You can find out about that one when we go off the air.
All right, sounds good. I definitely got to hear it though. It sounds good.
Oh, it's just
That was a Rob Shepard thing, man.
yeah, it's just people talking. That's all. People talking, saying things that they shouldn't have been saying, and
Yeah.
got caught.
Oh, gotcha.
Got caught.
People got called out.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Got caught. It is what it is.
Gotcha.
That was a long time ago. That was probably, 7 years ago, though? 8 years ago? You're probably right. It's,
I'd say probably 15 years.
No. I've only been playing for 15. Probably 10 years ago.
Probably.
11, maybe.
Too long to remember.
Shawn plays it safe.
Chief Run Racks is what we used to call them.
Chief Run Racks.
Chief Run Racks.
Chief Rugrats. All right.
Run Racks.
Run
Chief
Racks.
Run Racks.
Chief Run Racks.
Yep.
Gotcha. I like Rugrats better.
Nah, he ain't a Rugrat.
Oh,
Tony,
that
yep.
that wasn't a good save.
Shawn went to play the safe, but he did leave Tony an opening. So you're seeing
That's too
now.
bad.
It looks like the 2 to the 4 ball, the pink 4. I don't think the 7 goes by the 15, so he's still got to do something interesting for that. But this one, the 4 ball is going to be a float shot to get to the 3 ball. If he gets to the 3, he can either stun towards the right side of your screen to get your angle for the 7. Oh, you missed it.
Oh,
Or he could have tried to draw straight back just past the 8 ball to get to the 7. But yeah, I really don't like the fact about this rack that he left the 7 till last. I don't agree with it. And I think if he were in here with me rewatching it, I think he'd even say, yeah, I should have totally shot the 7 up top. But,
right.
Good news for Tony is if he does get to see the table, that 7 ball is going to go in that pocket now.
Yep. He just opened it up for him.
I personally don't think Tony's going to wind up seeing the table again. It depends on how he gets to the back balls through the 9. So if he doesn't shoot the 9 ball right now, I think that's alarming. Oh, is that the 10 ball? That's the 10 ball at the bottom.
Yeah,
part
it's
of the
10
screen.
ball.
Oh, okay. Yep, thought it was, well, I don't know why I thought it was the 8, because the 8's right in front of me.
Oh, man.
Shawn still has some work to do. He can't really float this. And so he's got to play it with speed. Oh, look out. All right, now you got to keep going because you need the 11.
Yeah.
You need the 11 for help. So he's run himself into a predicament. There is a chance that, yeah, I can see that too, Shawn. I can see it on screen flying around. We are in a garage.
Is that one of them murder hornets?
Yeah, something like that. So Shawn might float into the 12 on accident. Nope, comes right around.
Nice.
All depends on the
Nice shot.
rails, man. These rails
Oh,
play
it looks like
interesting.
he's straight in.
But, yeah, he's got some angle.
No, I guess it does have a little bit of angle, doesn't
Yep,
it?
he's got some
Yeah.
angle. This is one of those shots where I was telling you in your lesson earlier, this is one of the shots that you really got to focus up, but this is high left.
High left.
High left, and you shoot it into the center part of the pocket, and it comes off the rail, and it's going to float to about right here. You're going to try to get as close to the diamond of the side pocket as possible.
Right.
If you just put high on it, you're down by the middle diamond.
Like he did.
Yep.
He didn't go nowhere.
If you apply the left and you take the extra time, you can get a whole diamond closer.
Right.
So this shot's touchy.
Yep.
He does give Tony another trip to the table, and he's got to be disappointed in him. Yeah, I can see him. His mannerisms tell a lot. He's not very happy with the shot that he shot. I don't think there's a pool player out there that would be.
No.
So Tony, if I'm shooting this, I'm going 4-7-3. The 7-4-3 is also an option, but I like 4-7-3. And it seems that Tony does too, as he fires that ball 200 million miles an hour.
Yep.
Put a little bit of inside English on this because he does have some angle. Float to the rail. Yep, just to hold it. And this is another slow roller, I think. You can stun it to the rail if you want to. Hit it a little stiffer, play the rail, but slow roll it is. The 8 in the corner pocket to go 9-2.
Oh.
Tony.
Wasn't expecting that.
Tony. That's yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised that Tony just did that. So he's given Shawn an opportunity here, but unfortunately, it's an opportunity for a safe shot. I'm using inside English and hitting about half ball to put the 9 in front of the 8. Cue ball is going to move up towards the top left part of your screen just a little bit, and the cue ball's going, or the 9 ball is going to come back off the left rail and sit right in front of the 8.
Just like that.
Yep. Good shot. Now Tony's in some trouble. Oh no, did he leave himself a sliver? Oh, he did.
He did.
Oh, but he hits the point. Oh, he hits the point. Bad roll to bad roll.
Yeah.
A bad roll for Shawn turns in a bad roll for Tony.
Yeah.
But we're still in the same scenario here, and actually that's also kind of a bad roll for Shawn too, because he doesn't really have an easy shot to play the 9. You could thin the 9 towards the corner pocket in the bottom left-hand portion of the screen, send the cue ball 2 rails around the table back to the bottom right-hand portion of your screen, and pray that the 9 ball takes the pocket from the 8. But that's brutal. That's a hard shot. So he is electing to try to put the 9 in front of the 8 again, and I think still leaves him a sliver. But, again, that cue ball is going right towards the side pocket.
Yeah.
I think I'd actually try to kick this 8 in the corner. Oh, no. Tony proves me wrong there. He plays a good save. We are definitely going disc golfing. This is done. Shawn having to come up with a shot here. Clips the 8 and gives Tony ball in hand on the 8 ball.
That's too bad.
Shawn forfeits the game. gets to number 9. Hey, let's give a shout out to Sammy's Pet Salon, owned by Michelle Cool. She's a new pet service right here in Pontiac. She is hosted at 1402 North Aurora Street. She takes care of your grooming needs, your bathing needs, nail trimming needs. She'll walk your pets. She'll pet sit for you. So if you have any pet needs, go ahead and give Michelle Cool at Sammy's Pet Salon a call at 815-867-6658. So, they realize that they missed their break and they're gonna take a break. So let's, in the meantime, let's talk about Abe and Wilgus's match again. So if you guys could, actually, here's what I'm gonna do for you right now. I'm gonna go to my Facebook page and I'm going to make sure in Jay's Garage. Actually, you know what? I lied. I'm going to do it on my G1 page. So for the people who are watching right now, I want you to go to G1 TV, and then I want you to put a dash after it, and then I want you to hit the space button, and I want you to go to Billiards and Action for all levels, and then I want you to click on it. And it's going to take you to my G1 page. If you haven't liked it already, do me a huge favor and like it. But now what I'm going to do, I'm posting on my phone the matchups that are coming up the next 3 weeks on G1 TV, and they are going to look something like you see on your screen right now. So the 3 matchups that we have, I'm going to go ahead and upload their photographs in here. So let's see, we've got, Dustin's match with Abe. It's the first one. Then we have Josh Donaldson versus Joey Dyer in the number 2 position the following Saturday. And then the final one for the month of June is featuring Josh Franklin and Ryan Ponton. So I'm going to type in right now letting you know that these are the next feature matches on G1 TV. And I just clicked the shared button to share it to my page. So on G1 TV, Billiards in Action for all levels, you have the next events. Just do me a favor, like it. Okay, because these are some strong matches that are coming your way, and especially the last one. I had some help with Abe and Dustin's. We set up Josh and Joey's, but the Franklin and Ponton match that you guys are going to get to watch is going to be excellent, and I worked really hard with Josh and Ryan to try to help set it up. So if you could just click the share button, and I will definitely share it in a group. We're sharing it in Jay's Garage right now. Kabam. So you guys can catch all the action, and everybody doesn't have to ask me, who's playing this Saturday? Like I get 9 different times a day. Who's playing today? Who's playing Saturday? Who's playing Monday? And then I get all these other messages. Can I play? Can I play? Can I play? The occasional female. Can I play? Her too. She asked me as well. And honestly, it's kind of annoying, but I appreciate you guys supporting the holy hell out of me. But we're just so busy right now. We got so many people that are wanting to get in the action on G1 TV that it's just hard. It's so hard to try to get everybody to get everybody in, get everybody a match, and we're trying our best. So we truly appreciate all of you wanting to play. And for those of you who haven't played yet, my friends, I apologize. But we only have one table. We only have one commentary booth. So bear with us. I'm going to try my best to get as many people in the box as possible. But just know, without you guys, this wouldn't have been happening. It wouldn't be happening. So we appreciate you. So we're going to finish taking this break. I'm going to go ahead and get out and get some exercise from sitting here all night last night. My back is killing me. So I'm going to leave these here for you all to look at, and we'll be right back on G1 TV.
What's up, bitches?
All right. Yep, we're back. Appreciate everybody for waiting patiently. Tony's getting ready to break game number 12. Leading Shawn 9-2. So I heard a ball fall out there. I didn't see what ball fell, but I heard it go kerplunk. So Tony almost scratches, but leaves himself a decent starter ball. He's got two of them to start with. The 4 ball and the 7 ball. He's going to elect to go with stripes and try to go for the pink 12 immediately. Misses the ball back from the break. Throws his hands up in the air thinking, you idiot. Well, I'm just saying that's what I would have done. I would have said, you idiot. Just got my money from good old Chad. So Shawn chooses what I would have taken. I would have taken the solids myself. Because you have strong control up there with the 9 ball. The 1 and the 5 surround the 9. So that means if Tony did make a stripe that he would have had to really fight to try to get a breakout shot over there. Careful. You're letting the cue ball get about you, Shawn.
Oh.
Hey, you can still see the 6. But now you're running into an issue because I think you've pushed the 2 up into an unfavorable position. And I think he tried to go to eliminate it there.
Yeah,
so
I think he was trying to come around and get it.
Shawn's gotten himself into trouble again because he's taken his angle away to go into the 4 ball now using the 1 because that's the ball that you got to use. So if it was me, I think I'd be foreseeing a safety.
It's a 5 ball.
I wouldn't try to make these balls at all.
It's a 5 ball.
I would clip the 2 and bring the 2 off the rail a little bit to where I have a chance to play it in the side pocket if I need to. But that won't disturb his purple 13, the stripe, and it won't disturb Tony's 9 ball either. So this is very interesting as Shawn decides to continue the run out. he doesn't have a pocket for the. He hits that ball super good. I think the 13 ball is in the way of the bank cross side. If the 13 ball wasn't there, I actually do think that it could potentially go by the 8. But right now, yeah, I think it's going to clip. I think it's going to clip the 13, and I think Shawn might be realizing that as well. And it doesn't go 2 rails because the 8 ball's got that completely blocked. So he's put himself into a bad way here. He calls it in the side.
He's trying
pocket,
2 rails.
the top side pocket. Yep. He's going to call this ball 2 rails. A lot of English has to take off the bottom rail to squeeze around the 8 ball. Yeah, it comes up short. So Tony again with an open table. And this is another shot too that I think a lot of players would do too much with. This shot I'm going to play the 9, and I'm just going to float it with some right, and I'm going to shoot the 13 ball in the top right-hand corner of your screen. I'm just going to shoot it nice and soft. See how Tony went around? I don't go around, I just get it out of the way right there. Shoot it nice and easy. I keep control of the table that way. I can float the cue ball forward and shoot any ball I want.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, Quentin, they're different, but there's really only 2 major differences. The 4 ball's pink and the 5 ball's purple, which also now means that the 12 ball is going to be pink and the 13 ball is going to be purple. The only other ball that I find really difficult to call is the 10 ball. The dark blue just misses with the black, and it almost sometimes appears like there's another 8 ball on the table.
Yeah, if it's laying just right, it looks like
Tony,
the 8 ball.
Tony elects to play a safety, kind of.
Unforced safety.
Yeah, it's an unforced safety, that's for sure. Give Shawn an opportunity. That's 2 times now that Tony's missed a ball that I'm very surprised that Tony missed. So Shawn's looking to go to top left here. Misses it. Uh-oh. 5 ball's going to take the pocket. Nope.
Left it open.
Gives Tony the pocket. But actually, this is a ball that I leave till last, I think, now. I got a pretty clear shot on the 13. Again, players are going to stop this ball and stun it. I'm going to go high. I'm going to come off the rail, come back out towards the middle of my table. Leave myself a couple options if I need to, just depending on which angle I like is going to get me from point A to point B. The easiest. See, Tony's going to stun it across the table, so he committed to the 10 by going high and getting about a foot further to the right. I've committed to both shots. Yeah, I can do both. So, and see what I'm saying? Because that's where Tony needs to be right now, where he could have been, where he could have shot both of them. He just committed one over the other.
Right.
Tony says, I don't think I'm going to miss this 8 ball. Streeter Familia in here today. What up, Digger? I'm surprised you're not here. Everybody else is. Tony hits game 10. He hits double digits. And even though the score reflects that Tony's pretty well ahead, the thing that we just got to know is Shawn's teaching us that he's a capable player. But it's almost like he's just having some brain farts along the way.
Yeah.
Yep. He's just getting himself into a little bit of trouble that Tony doesn't get himself into. So.
Right.
Here we go with rack 13. Oh, that must have been. I thought he made the 8 on the break again. All I saw was black drop in the bottom side. The second rack of the match tonight, he made the 8 on the break. They elected to let the 8 on the break count. BJ, Chris, Kevin, what's up? Thanks for joining us on G1 Billiards Television. So with the ball down, looking at the rack, I'm going to go after stripes, but I think he's shooting the right ball, but I wouldn't have hit it as hard.
Mm-mm.
I would have rolled it with some inside, and again, that's where I play the 9 ball
Yeah.
to the top right, and I go get the 11.
Yep.
12-7.
Oh yeah, 12-7. Pun is beating that Matt Van Kempen right now, 12-7. I don't know Matt, and I'm sure he plays really well, but after seeing the score so early, I don't think Matt stands a chance. If you're curious what we're talking about, if you want to see some different action, you can head over to Greg Thomas's TNT Tournaments. He helped me set up the stream, so I toss some love to him. He's streaming something right now. He's streaming a $5,000 matchup between Anthony Garcia, who's originally from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and now resides in Peoria, Illinois. And he's taking on Matt Van Kempen from, I believe, Clinton, Iowa. They are playing that was a really good shot. Good
Nice breakout.
So, yep,
Nice breakout.
Sean says he's not done yet, but I believe those gentlemen are at Legend Sports Bar in Clinton.
Yes,
and
that's
they
where they're
are
at.
playing a race to 50 winner break 8 ball for $5,000. So head on over there if you want to sweat some other action. I appreciate what Greg's done, and again, Sean has put himself in a pickle. This shot, I'm shooting soft. I'm just trying to make it. If I have to bank it, I have to bank it. But I don't want to shoot it hard and wind up having to kick the 8 in. I'm just looking to float the 4 ball into the side pocket.
Just like that.
Yep.
Nice.
Floating it in just gives a lot of options on the 8. I think he's looking at if it goes past the pink stripe, the 12 ball, and the 15. He has a shot at the bank, but I actually think he's got enough to cut it in the top left part of your screen.
That's what I was thinking.
And that's I'm seeing through the window here. The 8 ball does go past the 12 and the 15. It's actually got about 3/4 of the pocket. It doesn't look like it, but it does. I think he called it in the top left-hand portion of your screen. I think that's probably the better shot because it looks like in the bottom left-hand portion of your screen, it looks like it's a scratch shot waiting to happen. Maybe be able to snap the cue ball away from the 8 or from the side, from the corner pocket, but I don't know. I think I'm cutting it in the top left-hand portion. He does call it past the 12 and the 15, so look out, scratch. I'm worried about that. Yeah, he overcut it.
Shit.
And leaves Tony a shot on the 11. This is what I call a free shot because the 15 is pretty much taking the pocket of the 8. So Tony can shoot this shot and miss it. And I think he's still strong enough to get underneath the pink 12 ball to get out of the rack if he does miss it. But he doesn't. And he leaves himself great on the 15 ball. This is a half ball hit with no English whatsoever just to get to the 12 ball up in the top left portion of your screen. He's double checking the 9 ball, I think, before he commits to it. He elects to shoot the 9 ball, which I would not. I would have gone 15, 12, 9, 14, 8. I thought that was you laughing. That was out there.
That's interesting.
Plays the combination, yeah. It's a interesting way to get out, but Tony
It works,
pool,
but
yeah. If he's confident he's going to get out, he's going to get out. So does he come through the 8 ball on the rail? Nope. Plays it the way that a lot of players would play a table that they've never played on before. Someone who's used to playing on this table may have put a little bit of left and come between the 8 and the rail. Yeah, he plays this in the side pocket.
And he missed it.
interesting miss for Tony.
That's why he should have played that 14 before he played the other 2 balls.
Yeah, like I said, the combination was an interesting move. But, I mean, if you're not confident in it, you're not confident in it, you know. I tell people which way I would go doesn't mean I'm right.
You might not be right, but you're glorious.
That's right. I'm glorious to have my old billiards television channel.
There you go. What more could you ask for?
Named after yours truly.
What more
I
could
don't
you
know,
ask for?
maybe G1 water made by Dasani. That would be cool. Send me a pallet of G1 water.
Dasani's made by Coca-Cola, so
There you go again, talking about yourself.
it'd be Coke
Oh,
water.
yeah.
It'd
What's an episode of G1 TV without anyone talking about G1?
be G2.
We're going to get all the way up to G10, and then we're going to get confused. So here we go, rack 14. Tony leading Shawn 10-3. And I believe Shawn just dry broke.
You know, Josh, I am G2.
Yeah, you are. G2.
So
And there is one more G3 too.
G3 too. Wait a minute. Now you're doing math. Another combo
Yep,
by Tony.
Tony's in a combination mood today.
Yes,
as it
sir.
appears. Takes solids.
Yep.
So he's in an interesting spot right now. He can play the 5, the purple 5, in the side pocket. And then he's got options, but shooting the 5 in the side is no joke. That's a difficult shot. He's got to watch out for the scratch in the corner pocket. So he's got to be careful of the amount of spin that he puts on the cue ball. Let's see, what is he electing to do here? Does the 3 ball go past the 13?
No.
He thought it did. So Shawn is left with the stripes.
Yeah.
He's left with the cluster of the pink stripe 12, and the 14, and the 15. Is he going to go get him now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, that's another thing, too. He went into him. I wouldn't have gone into him. I would have looked away to go around. All 3 of those balls saw the top left-hand portion of your screen.
Right.
So why run into him?
Right. Yeah, they weren't really clustered together.
Right, and I would have shot that ball in the corner. He shot that ball on the side. I would have shot that in the corner. Yeah, I don't think that 10 ball goes in the side. Yeah, Shawn's got himself in no man's land again. I think he's shooting a little quick.
Yeah.
Not quite fully thinking about what he's trying to do. Chooses the cut shot. He didn't call that ball, so Tony returns the table. Tony strikes a nice shot to get over to the 7 in the bottom right-hand portion of your screen. This is a floater for me. I'm going to go after the 1 ball next because the 6 ball sees the side pocket. So, yep, now you're going to go after the 1 with probably just under center. You don't want to touch the 4. You kind of want to go around it. So Tony's looking to see if the 6 goes in the side right now because I don't think he's going to worry about shooting the 5 ball on the side. The angle's goofy. The 6 ball is a much better angle.
So you're going to hit the rail first on that one, Eric?
No, Nope. It's just kind of a stun. It's just kind of a stun shot. Tony shouldn't have to put a lot of spin on it. Watch what he does. He's just going to try to come between the 4 and the 12. So he hit the 12, but that's what he's looking at. Is trying to get between those two balls. So he's still got the 6 in the side, which is going to push the 5 out, and he's still going to have a shot on the 4 ball.
Right.
He's going to shoot the 5 down towards the bottom right-hand portion of your screen.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Yeah, but he missed the shot, but look where he put the cue ball.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he could see the 4 ball anyway. He slow rolled that, and I thought he would have put some muscle into it. I thought he would have hit that a little on the firm side.
That way, get the 5 down farther.
Well, it's more of to make sure that you have a shot on the 4. Because I mean, if something like that.
Oh yeah,
happens,
that way it's.
There's a chance that it slides and sticks on the 9. Like that's what he's looking at right now. We can't tell from here if it's frozen on the 9 or not. But
Is that the 9 or the 12? Oh, that's the 9, isn't it?
Yeah,
Boy,
that's the 9 ball.
That looks pink on this screen.
Well, it looks pink here too, but that's because the reflection of the cue ball is reflecting off the 9.
Okay.
So it's changing the color a little bit. Maybe it changed balls. I don't know. It was the 9 ball a minute ago.
Magic.
Yeah, maybe.
It's a demon table.
I'm not sure what Shawn wants to do here, so I'm not going to make a fool out of myself and try to call that. But if I had to guess, I would try to lock behind the 14 ball. That's about all I see with the safety. Oh, look at that. Ha! I do know what I'm talking about.
Hell yeah, good call. Yes, sir.
So, Tony doesn't have a really easy shot. He doesn't have a way to get to the 5 ball. So what I think I do here, I'm actually trying to play safe between the 6, the 4, and the 8. That's where I want that cue ball, right inside that little triangle. I'm going to put a little bit of high to cut the 4 into the rail. I'm going to put about a full tip of right, and I'm just going to let the ball float, and I'm trying to get into that triangle to where he can't see any of those. It's a real touchy shot because you got to let it roll, and this table will roll forever if you're not careful. But if you get in the triangle, you can't see the 10 and the 8 and the 5. I think the only window he might have if he's got to hit it real good, would be the 15 ball. He might be able to hit the 15 ball through the 8 and the 5.
Oh.
So he elects to freeze him right on the 4 ball. But it could have done a little better, as you can clearly see that Shawn has a relatively simple shot in the side pocket with the 12 ball. He doesn't have to arc up or anything like that. But he does have to shoot a little firm, yep. So everything worked out okay. As far as Tony's thought process goes. So now he's looking to shoot the 6 in the top left-hand portion of your screen, so he's got to get there. Or he has to push the 6 out away from the 10 to where he can shoot it in the top right-hand portion of your screen. But he is going to slow roll this. Look out, 10 ball. You're going to stick your head out there. Sure did. I did my job. I warned these guys before they played that the table plays fast, right?
Yeah, you told them.
Sure I did. I told him. Did you see all the English take 2? It snapped really quick, started rolling.
Yeah.
Yep. The question is, did he steal the angle from the 4 ball too?
It looks like he can get on that 4 ball.
Thanks, BJ. I thought about that last night. I had some influence help me. I'm trying to make an easier logo for the vinyl stuff, kind of like what your wife does. I'm trying to make a simpler logo to where it's not as hard to make. My first logo is harder than hell, but I think it's the coolest one I have. Oh, it'd be even cooler if I made my original G1 logo the dials. That would have been cool. Yeah, Tony couldn't make that ball.
No, I guess not.
Can he do that? How is he?
He's gonna put it on the car.
Yeah, but what is he using to get the decals and things like that? Is he using a computer program, or is he taking it to somebody to?
I don't have no idea.
Jacob, what you need my logo for? Message me. Yeah, I thought about screen printing it. I have the owners of the Stumble Inn have a screen printer, so I thought about doing something like that. But they don't do colors; they only do black and white. So, I really would like to get some T-shirts out there because I actually think people would buy them. I have some sayings made up for the backs of shirts and things like that. Thanks, Katie. So you want me to send him my old one?
No, this is my stepmom. She said it's hard to see the logo.
This one?
Yeah.
I don't know. It looks like it's coming across the screen pretty awesome right there.
Oh, it's actually,
Is she on a phone?
yeah.
Might be difficult to see on a phone. Yeah. Turn it sideways. Let me see what it looks like sideways.
It's not terrible.
No, it's not terrible. No, I kind of like how it looks.
Maybe if you're 100 years old, it'd be hard to see. Oh.
So Tony misses the cut. He gives Shawn an opportunity to get this game back. He actually gives him a really good opportunity because if he shoots the 14, he's going to be on the top side of the 9. This I don't agree with because he has no way to get to the 15 ball. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, he does. That's a 10 ball. I thought that was the 2 ball. I did it again.
Wrong
It's the
ball.
only ball now I have trouble calling is the 10 ball because it blends in. Sometimes it looks like the 8, sometimes it looks like the 2.
Yep. Yeah, if it's laying just right, it's hard to tell.
So Tony comes across the table.
Yep.
That's a shot I don't like. I don't like coming across the table. I like going through the rails. I'm so afraid I'm going to hit it bad.
Yeah.
If I hit it bad, I wind up like in the middle of the table, and then I'm screwed. But if I come through the rails, at least I know I'm coming towards the ball. I'm getting it out there towards the ball.
Yeah.
So.
And Tony's out.
She can't see it clearly on the TV.
Oh, I got you. That's fair. So, Tony makes a nice cut in the side to get game number 11 under his belt. In the meantime, for the people who are watching, you guys can check out, let's see if I can do this here. Move these up here like that. You guys can check out on the screen during the racking process here what matches we have coming up throughout the Saturdays on G1 TV, Saturday Challenges. Awesome lineup coming up for the rest of June. But now we're going to get back to the action. Tony unleashes, doesn't hit it hard enough, and leaves the 4 ball. G1 break. Sponsored
G1
by
break.
G1 Billiards Television.
Yes, sir.
Your source for dry breaks. Thanks, BG. Was that the first shot that Shawn just missed? Was that the first
That was
one,
his
or
second
did he
shot.
commit?
Sean's got solids.
Okay, so yep, I missed the committing there. So Tony has stripes. 9 ball's the problem ball. He can use the purple stripe 13 to get it out of there. Tony rattles the ball. Not entirely sure what he was thinking there, other than he just got down and shot it pretty fast.
Yeah.
Some of these matches between good players, you can tell they're just a little rusty. They just haven't had the opportunity to play because of COVID. Shawn hits it a little on the stiff side, but he's still got a solid shot on the 1 in the corner. And I would actually float forward. He bumps the 6. Leaves it for a combination. I would have left the 6 there, because I think it had a pocket. I don't really remember now. Slow roll. So I think one thing in Shawn's game that I'm seeing that is different from Tony's and different from mine, he's leaving his problem ball until last.
Yeah.
And that's going to get you in trouble a lot more times than it's going to get you out. So, cut shot with shape off the 13. Oh, he put spin on it. I would have played shape right. I would have played to hit the 13 ball flush and just kill the cue ball right there. Oh, nice stop, Sheriff. Thanks.
Saved the phone.
So Tony's taking his time. Gotta shoot the 13 now. The problem is can he hold it to just get the 9 out of there, or does he have to go back down table and leave the 9 till last? So I would definitely shoot the 13 right now. I'd probably go 13, and then I would shoot the 12, and then I would have shot in the 14, and I would have shot the 19 last. I just would have drew it back by the side pocket so I could shoot the 8 in the corner, even though I don't like to draw. But no reason to go forward on that shot. So he's got to be careful here. If he doesn't draw it, he's got to run into the 3, and he doesn't want to put the 3 on the 9 ball. So he hits it really good and draws it in there. Looks like where I would have shot the 13 first, Tony decides to shoot the 13 last. The 9 ball here, I think, is just a floater forward and shoots the 13 in the top right-hand portion of your screen to get the 8 ball in the bottom left-hand portion of your screen. Chooses to stop it. I would have let it roll forward a little bit. It just increases the angle. Well, it decreases the angle, I should say. I think it gives you an overall easier shot. But maybe Tony doesn't like to aim high with a bridge. I don't know. Bridges are already kind of funky.
Yeah. I don't think anybody likes using a bridge.
So it leaves Tony a little tough. This is a stun shot across to the diamond for me, and I'm actually changing my pocket to shoot it in the top left. Tony goes all the way across and scratches, follows it in.
Oh.
Gives Shawn the game.
Forfeited.
Out of frustration. to make it 11-4. Let's see if these guys decide to take the break that they agreed to take. Let's see if they pay attention. I don't really need one other than to stretch my back. Appreciate the 20 viewers that are sticking in with us and watching what's going on. So Tony leads Shawn 11-4. Tony has kind of shut down just a little bit in the later on in the match here and has let Shawn back into some games. But there's still a lot of play left.
That was a nice break by Shawn.
That was a nice break. But look at where the cue ball winds up sitting.
Yeah.
One time we get a nice break,
yep.
That's what happens. So he's starting by calling a bank shot to the 3, to the corner that's by him. He's got to spin this, a lot of left. Put too much left on it. I would say one of two things, either too much left or not enough speed, whichever one, the spin took off the rail too much. So either about a half a tip less of left or got to hit it harder if you want to keep it on the line to the pocket.
Right.
Tony's got an open table, and he is looking to get out of the rack. I think he's going,
starting out with a combo.
Yep, and that just tells me that he's looking to get out of the rack, because he could get out of the rack here. That's a good shot.
Yep, nice combination.
The 11 goes by the 7, so he could send the cue ball around if he wished. You've got the 10? That's the 13 ball over by the 12. What's up, Dougie? We got to get a picture of them next to each other.
Right. Doug and his doppelganger. Oh, wow.
So that's a super good shot if Tony hits it well enough.
Right.
I think he was actually going for the 15. But that could have definitely been a good whoopsie if he'd have gotten by the 5 ball. Because he could have shot the 15 in the bottom right-hand corner straight in and just had a free shot that he wouldn't have had to worry about.
Right. The table rolls, though.
That one there, it didn't roll far enough. Calls the bank shot, which tells me that he's probably looking to shoot that 11 ball in the bottom right-hand portion of your screen. Well, Bust is out of there. Great shot. Now we run into the 10 ball issue, so there's a little bit of high inside English with the 13 in the side to leave the 10 ball in the corner past the 5 ball. Just a slow roller. Doesn't have to spin it. Doesn't have to spin it a lot or get crazy. So he put a little bit of outside on that.
Yeah.
It's wonder why he did that. Now he's left himself a little rough. Yeah, he left himself really rough there. I'm wondering why he put the outside English on the ball. So Shawn's got a chance. His problem still lies with the 4. He could try to go get it right now. He didn't. I might have jacked up a little bit there. And I might have tried to go around it and go after the 4-ball. Because
Right.
the 4-ball, I think it does go off of the 8-ball. Like behind it. Off the rail, off the 8 in the corner. But now he's elected to not help himself again. Put another ball in a interesting spot. Tammy, Levi, Mikey, what's up? So again, we see Shawn in a tight position here. He's having to make decisions as to what he wants to do, and I can't. That's a strong shot. Look at this shot. Wowzers! That's a hell of a draw stroke to get all the way back there. But now he still has to bank the 5-ball though. Oh, he ran the ball. He tried to go for the breakout. I just would have stopped the cue ball there and I'd have played the bank.
Yeah. Yep.
Don't try to do too much.
Yep.
So now he's opened Tony's 11-ball too, the top left-hand portion of your screen. We see Tony looking at that now.
Yep.
He knows it goes.
Yeah.
So this is just a. Oh, he hit it hard. So Tony's used to playing at breakers, and it does get cold in there, but he's got a lot more space to heat and cool. So I mean, this is a smaller spot. So this one's just a follow and let the ball roll. He doesn't have to kill it or anything like that. Just let it roll and make it. And yes, sir.
Just like that.
So, Tony's looking to grab game number 16 here. He does. We appreciate you guys tuning in. If you can, do us a huge favor. If you like what you see, give us a like. And if you do enjoy what we're doing and you enjoy watching what's going on, just take the extra couple seconds and go over to the share button and share it for us. So, trying to decide if Tony's just going for a quick smoke or if they're going to take a break. I don't know what they're going to do. I think they're elected to take a break.
Yep, I think they're taking a break.
Which means that my back's killing me, so it's giving me an opportunity to take a break too. So I'm going to go back up here, and I'm going to click on that for you all to take a look at. This is what we have coming up on G1 TV. So you can sweat the action. So we'll be right back. Man, Tony smokes quick. So, score is 12-4. Got a chance to stand up and stretch, but didn't really get a chance to go do anything. But that's all right. Tony's like, I'm ready to go home, I guess. So, we're going to get back to the action. Good shot by Tony. I was answering a message, folks. Sorry about the silence there. Tony seemed to have got himself into a pickle here. Taking stripes. Is he calling the bank, or is he looking to play a safety? He was trying to put the cue ball back in between the two balls, which isn't a bad shot, but leaves Shawn potential opportunity. Depends if he can see the two ball or not. If he can see the two ball or not. If he can see the two ball, he's got a potential to get out of the rack. I would try to get back out towards the center of the table. I think I'd play the two with a little bit of low left, just to come through the bottom left-hand portion and back out to the middle of the table where I try to work something else out.
Well, he fired at that.
So he leaves Tony an opportunity to get out of the rack. Here, it's a little touchy to go from the 9 to the 10. Tony's got to get as straight as possible on the 9 ball. And I think he got about as straight as possible. Oh, no. He could have gotten straighter, but I didn't realize that cue ball kept rolling when I said that. So, is yours plugged in?
There we go.
What up, Brett? How you doing, brother? So Tony has a decision to make as to how he's going to play the ball. It's a tough shot, but I think you kind of got to try to go through the gap of the 6 and the 2, and then try to go through the gap of the 6 and the 1. How'd he hit it? What a shot. The draw took a little more than what he would have liked.
Yeah.
But overall, that is the Europeans would call that a good pot.
Yes.
Super,
Good pot.
super good pot.
Good pot.
This shot here, if I'm Tony, I'm looking to either bump the 6 or the 8, one of the two. Hopefully the 6 ball, I think. I don't really want to move the 8 because you can tie the 8 up. I missed it.
Rule number 1.
Yeah, that's a tough shot.
Yeah.
It's always rule 1, but
Yep.
sometimes it's tough. Yeah, right. Tony's been kind of going in and out, in and out. He's been a little frustrated with himself, but overall, Tony's been hitting the ball fairly well. I was talking with him earlier, and he said, "Well, you should have paid me to come up here because everybody's gonna want to play me now after watching this crap." And Tony just don't realize he's actually hitting the ball fairly well.
I'm going to say, he looks like he's shooting real good.
Yeah, he's hitting the ball real solid.
He's having a few missed shots, but overall he looks good.
So Tony's got a kick at the 10. This is a shot that I'm shooting with speed. The 5 ball's in front of the side pocket, so you got to try to hit it with speed and get the cue ball to curve around in between the 1 and the rail to at least let him see it to where he can shoot it in one of those pockets.
Right.
Ideally, it's best to hit rail first. And you want to you want to kind of play the short rail to get the push to go forward. AJ, I told you how to get rid of the closed captioning. Did you not listen? This looks short unless if he's putting spin on it. It looks short to me. We'll find out. Yep.
Oh, wow. Way short. Wow. Not sure what he was thinking there.
Just a misjudgment.
Yeah.
Hard angle when the cue ball gets so far up the table. I don't know what to tell you then, AJ, because it works. That's how I shut mine off. When you get the cue ball up a ways away and you got those weird looking angles, they're just super hard to judge. That's why. When I choose to kick at a ball, I'll go to the front of the kick shot, and I'll check that angle and let it go all the way back. So I kind of make that parallel line to try to make it in an equilateral triangle.
Right.
And then once I find that line, I try to put the cue ball in its path to try to make that line.
Right.
That's how I determine
line them up.
those shots. Yeah, when they're weird like that.
Yeah. Does that go by?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Yep. Shawn doesn't have any give in him, that's for sure. Gotta make sure he cuts it thin enough, though. Yep. Uh-oh.
Oh. Well.
He didn't want to hit the 10.
No. But
he's got to be careful here, because if he hits it bad, the cue ball can go behind the 10 ball and scratch in the pocket. If he hits it bad. He hits it really good. Yep.
Nice shot.
Good shot.
Yep.
So now we see it kind of flip-flopped. What was Tony making Shawn pay for his mistakes, Shawn's making less mistakes, but he's still making like 1 a game, but Tony's not completely capitalizing anymore, and then he's running out. So,
Right.
it's still a very large fight for Shawn, but Tony better get in gear, or else it could be potentially 12-10 if we're not careful.
Right. And then we have a ball game.
Yep. Yeah, and then it's anybody's game.
No, not like that though.
If the 9 stays up, yeah, the 9 did stay
Cue
up.
ball went down, no.
The 14 goes by the 4. So with that being said, I'm pretty positive that I'm committing to stripes. Even though I do play safe, I am a run-out player. So I would actually shoot the 9 in the side and bump the 1. And kind of push the 10 out a little bit.
That's what it looks like he's getting ready to do.
Nah, yeah. I would have put it further towards the table, though, or towards the rail.
Gotcha.
I would have actually tried to hit the 1 flush. My next shot's supposed to be the 13 in the bottom left.
Oh, I see.
So I would have put the cue ball further down to where I would run into the 1 better.
Right.
Good shot.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like he disturbed the 14 ball, so the 14 still goes by the 4. If Tony makes this with the high English to come back to the middle of the table, yeah, he's got a potential to run out. Good shot to get on the 12. And then you're going to look at the 10 ball and the 11 ball in the top right. Oh, Tony, you're letting the ball float, bro. Got to stop that ball. I would have shot the 10 up in the top left, and then I would have shot the 11 in the top right, and the 15 in the top right, and the 8 in the bottom right. Now he's a little goofy. I actually play this to the rail. I hit it hard and come to the rail. Yep, good shot.
Yep. Nice.
Now, I don't know what Tony's going to do here. I don't hold this ball. I put a little bit of left on it so it comes through the 8 and the 2, and I shoot the 8 ball in the top right-hand portion of your screen. He hits it twice. Super good shot. Plays the double rail to shoot the 8 in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen.
That works.
I don't think I'm confident enough to shoot that. Maybe it's just because I like to play simple.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I don't know. I feel like I rattle that if I do that. But I got to be in the moment. How I'm hitting, you know, how I feel about it. So Tony runs out to make it 13-5. Tony makes a plethora of balls. He's got a good chance to get out with solids here. He's got a good starter ball. It's a 5. If he shoots the 5 with some high left, mostly left, he's going to try to come into the cluster that's over there. Stripes, I don't think are in his favor, unfortunately. Normally when you make more of one than the other, you normally got to shoot the other ones, unfortunately. So I think Tony's looking, he appears to be seeing what I'm talking about. This is a shot that you got to shoot. Let's see, what mile an hour haven't I said today? You got to shoot about 3.2 million miles an hour to get all the way around, and cause you're looking for a breakout. You're not looking for a petty shape. You're looking to hit the piss out of them.
There you go.
So it's a good shot for Tony. Still got a little bit of trouble.
Yeah.
Making fun of my English, BJ?
Oh,
and he just comes out and he rattles that ball.
Needed to slow that down a few million.
A few?
Yeah.
I just said he hit that 300 million miles an hour, and you just say a few?
A few 100 million. Sorry.
There you go.
We specify.
So this is the same type of shot for Shawn. He's got the purple stripe, the 13 ball, and you got to put some high left on it, and you got to get in there and try to break those balls out. So he ties them all back up,
Right.
unfortunately. So Shawn looks like it goes into him again, makes contact. Ooh. He might have done it there. The 14 might actually go by the 1. And if it does, it's not that hard to control just because the 11 ball's so close. You're going to remove it. He doesn't think it goes. So he's going to try strike 3 here and come all the way around. Try it again. Bam. Oh, he didn't fire that one. I thought he would have fired that. But that's a really good shot because he got in there to shoot the 14 in the corner. But now what? Does he have the angle to go into the 11?
No.
No.
That didn't work out.
I think that's a shot that he hit too hard.
Yeah.
The cue ball didn't have anywhere to go.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the cue ball bounced.
Yeah.
So it didn't have a chance to do anything.
Didn't have the opportunity to go anywhere.
So now he's got to kick at it just to get a good hit.
This is where you got to maybe start to think about tying something up.
Yeah.
Going for a good hit here isn't going to do him much good because it's going to open up the rest of the rack anyway. So I think he is going to try to come in on the backside. But Tony's going to have the 6 in the side.
So he probably would have been better to try to push the 2 up into the...
Something, yep. Make Tony do something.
Yeah.
And now he's moved the 4, which lets the 1 go into the corner pocket.
Yep.
So, yeah, Shawn looks to be in trouble here as well. But he's still got to find a pocket for the 2.
Right.
So he's going to shoot the 4 into the side.
But he's going to get that 2 out of there right now.
But he's got to be careful. If he hits it really hard, he might push that 11 in front of the 1. All he needs to do is just push the 2 out in front of the side. Not terrible.
Yeah.
But now he's still got work to do, though, because he did hit it so hard.
Right.
So this is a shot that I just hit with left, and I come to the rail, and I come back. I hit it pretty hard.
Like that?
Yep. I don't know if I hit it that hard.
And that's kind of what he was thinking.
Well, he's got the 2 in the side as a saver, so he can really hit it as hard as he wants.
Right.
You just don't want to get straight in on the 3.
No.
You want to be able to have some angle to get back out to get straight in on the 1.
Right.
So let's see. Does Tony just stop it? That's what it looks
You got
like.
to draw it.
Oh, no, he could get it. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't think he had enough to move it over there. So this is the same deal. Buckle down. I would actually draw this just a little bit. Keep it away from the 8. Yep.
Nice.
Put the 8 in the corner pocket. Tony's on the hill. Getting ready to break rack number 20. Jay just looking at me like he misses our commentary booth.
I invaded his space.
I mean, who wouldn't miss spending time with me?
I get it. I get it. Yes, sir.
Dougie's got to go out and comfort him.
Got to go hold him for a little bit. Cuddle.
Rack 20, Tony busts.
Oh, and he
And
scratches.
I always hate the last break because it normally seems one of two things happens. I bust and make 5 balls and get hooked. I
Right.
bust and make 5 balls and I scratch. Because
Right.
I'm on the hill, now I never break again.
Right. Right.
Now the ongoing battle of bad rolls commences.
Yep.
And I have to fight for the last game.
Oh, I saw that. She's shitting on the cop car. Shawn chose stripes.
Yeah, it looks like he's shooting
Which
rather
is-
quickly.
Yeah.
He has the potential to get out of the rack. He's got to pay attention to his 10 ball. 10 ball is what I'm trying to leave for now.
Oh,
This is the shot.
shoot.
I would have tried to leave for the 10 in the side pocket there. Just focus on making it, try to leave the gap between the 3 and the 4. Yes, Kirk, they are playing the ACS actual format where there is a kitchen involved. Tony's going to try to play the 1 up in the corner. From the looks of it, he's got to watch the point. I think he knows it might hit off the point a little bit. Nope, he misses the point. Comes across the table real smooth. So now you got to play the 4. I'm playing to hit the 8 ball, to push the 8 ball out. If you push the 8 ball out, you can make the rest of the balls.
Oh.
So he elects to go away from the 8 to leave shape for the 2. So now he's going to try to come down between the 10 ball and the 11. So it looks like he's playing the 7 last. I don't like to play the 7 last. That's why I said to run into the 8. You can play the 7 last if the 8 ball's out of there. But I think it gets a little difficult playing the 7 last if the 8 ball's in there. Just me. Let's see what he does here. Is he going to go to the 7? Oh, he's got to. Got no choice now.
Wow.
But look at that. Just a little bit of high inside English to take him off the rails straight in on the 8. And he slow rolls it. He says, forget the English. And that's it. It looks like Tony's going to put, after Shawn's miss, I think he put a 2-pack on him there in the end. Shawn missed both times, and
Yep.
Tony got out of the rack, and that's it, man.
That's it.
That is how it works. So Tony Gum defeats Shawn Dow by a score of 15-5. But before we go, please take the time and listen to all the wonderful people that we have to thank. We got to thank Baxter's Locksmithing and Security Solutions, your 24-hour service, one-stop security shop for anything locksmithing and security availability. If you need anything locksmith or security-wise, you can give Caleb Baxter, the owner, a call at 815-822-5653. Got to give a shout out to Marson's Home Improvement. They're the reason why we're able to sit in here and have this nice, cool air and all that good stuff. So Jeremy Marson is a carpenter, and he does fantastic work. If you need any carpentry work done, give Jeremy a call. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. His number is 815-822-7517. Got to give a shout out to Chris Wilder of Wilder Billiards, who actually took the time to come in just the other day and recover our table. He does absolutely everything. that you can imagine with a pool table. He moves it, recloths it, fixes it, all that good stuff. So if you need anything pool table related, give Chris a call at 309-261-2256. And a shout out to Jim Ettinger of Ettinger's Custom Cues. He's helped us out a lot with a bunch of the different stuff that we have. He's helped us out with the Aramith balls. He's helped us out with some cue raffles, all that kind of stuff. So if you need anything from Jim, go ahead and give Jim Ettinger a call at 815-848-5838. So I appreciate everybody joining us this afternoon. There's not going to be any action tonight as far as getting called by myself. I'm going to spend some time outside tonight, I think. It's nice outside, so we're going to go out and get some fresh air. But as always, we do appreciate you joining us here on G1 TV inside Jay's Garage. So we'll definitely see you next time. Eric Evans, appreciate you stopping and talking with us this afternoon about the game. And until next time, I am the glorious one, Eric Noretto, signing off. I hope you all have a fantastic Saturday evening, and we'll see you right here on G1 TV next time. Again, the final score, Tony Gum, 15, Shawn Dow, 5.